So, what are some best practices around developing a budget for your projects? So, if I look at developing budgets, you always need to take a holistic look. So, from my perspective, it always starts from what are the applications that you want to implement. So, in the budget, make sure that you have your licenses included. You can then see if you can part of the licenses you can capitalize and which part is OPEX. Then obviously a second big piece is the implementation. So how do you budget the implementation? Do you use an implementation partner? They will give you an implementation cost for their side, but also make sure you budget your internal resources. Sometimes you need to have backfill for them, but also the time they spend costs money. So budget that as well. Depending on what your internal rules are, it can be really part of the project or you can keep it outside the project budget, but really budget those resources as if they were external. So then you're sure that you get a proper cost of your entire implementation. Then a third aspect, which I would always include in the budget, is not only the project, the implementation, but also budget already for the post go live support. So somebody needs to support this new system. You can use maybe existing internal resources. You might need external resources, but make sure it's budgeted at least for the first year. And then you can still decide, okay, this is now live, this is up and running. So you can maybe move it to your operational budget. But really make sure you cover this end to end licenses, implementation, support, and then potentially there might be other capex expenses, might need some additional hardware or something, so that you can take into account as well. So if you take into account all these aspects, you will know you have enough money and budget to complete your project successfully. Because the last thing that you want is to run out of money in the middle of your project, or you don't have money to support the project and the system afterwards. So make sure you cover these projects to be successful going forward.